Yeah.
Can I start by saying good evening?
Good evening.
Come on, we can do better than that. The food's coming soon. Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me to this very important event. And it really is an honor and a privilege to be here. I am very mindful of the fact that I've been told to make it brief. And whispering in my ear as I was getting up was my reminder for the evening, short and sweet. So I'm going to try and make it short and sweet, but I think it's important that we recognize a couple of things this evening. First of all, I think we need to recognize that without volunteers, many aspects of our city would fall apart. And so I'd like us to give a really big round of applause to the volunteers that runs this radio station and keep it going for so long. Really, really and truly well done, and I really and truly appreciate the efforts that has gone into this. Now there are some important points that I'd like to raise, but a number of them have already been raised by Councillor Patel and by the, can I say optician? Yes, sure. And by the optician earlier. But there are 2 points that I think we mustn't forget when we talk about the radio. One is representation. When I was much younger, back in the 70s and 80s, and the 60s, one of the things that I feared most was when there was an item either on the television or on the radio that involved criminality. And the reason why I feared it most was because someone had put in the back of my mind that that criminal was going to be a black person. And so when the television came on and you heard that, or the radio, you sometimes leave the room because you somehow felt ashamed, downhearted, because yet again you were going to be on the television or the radio in a negative message. And when it wasn't a black person, the relief you felt was totally incredible. Absolutely incredible. Now the point I'm trying to make here is that if we don't recognize the importance of representation and representing ourselves in the media, others will represent us and represent us incorrectly. So the point our optician friend was making, the point about our heritage, is fundamentally an important part of what the radio should be about and must be about. What the radio and television was doing back in the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s, and still to a certain extent, people like me, was disempowering me. They were disempowering me. They were disempowering our entire community. And that's why it's important that we understand that what we have here is a tool to empower our community to reach beyond where others want us to stop. And that is really so important. True representation from the authentic source on the radio is fundamental. Now, we know about the war in Ukraine, and when we listen to the messages in Russia in relation to that, and then listen to the messages in the UK in relation to the same war, it's like we live in completely different worlds. And the point I'm making here is that we have, through the radio, the ability to create a community that is so empowered and so powerful that nothing can stop us in achieving what we must achieve in the UK, and that is equal rights in every sphere of life, without any exception. And I will end on this point, because I know my friend here wants me to ruffle quickly. And the point is this: it's all right having our black faces on the television. It's all right having our black voices on the television. But who's controlling the words that is coming out of their mouth? And to whom are they speaking? And what is the truth? What they're saying when they open their mouth and say what they say. It is not enough, I say to you, to have our faces on the television and our voices on the radio. We must also take control of the messages that comes out of the radio and the television. And we must be ambitious enough and realistic enough to understand that we have the power to do that. And we talk about our young people. It is important that they get that also from our authentic source. And so I say to you this evening, thank you very, very much for inviting me. It is really and truly an honor and a privilege. But let us understand what the radio means. When there's a coup in the country, one of the first areas that they seek to control is the media, because it's a powerful tool. So let us understand we have a powerful tool at our disposal, and let us use it to its maximum effect for all of us. Let us tell our message, our stories, the truth about us, our authentic self,